There are paintings that tell you a story. There are films that carry you from beginning to end. And then there is a blue painting. Just blue. No characters, no plot twist, no explanation waiting for you at the end. And somehow it can make you feel more free than any story ever could. I'm Tristan, and today on Art and Soul, I want to talk about why an entirely blue painting, nothing but color, can open a deeper sense of freedom than a novel, a movie, or even a perfectly told personal story. Because freedom in art doesn't always come from being moved forward. Sometimes it comes from being left alone. When we watch a film, even a beautiful one, we are guided. The camera tells us where to look. The music tells us what to feel. The edit tells us when something matters. Stories are generous, but they're also directive. They say, come with me. They say, this is the beginning. This is the conflict. This is the resolution. And we love them for that. But a blue painting says something radically different. It says, I will not lead you. An entirely blue painting doesn't ask you to understand. It doesn't ask you to remember names. It doesn't ask you to follow time. It only asks one thing. What do you bring with you? And that question is freedom, because the moment you stand in front of a monochrome, especially blue, you are no longer consuming someone else's inner world. You are standing inside your own. Blue has a strange effect on the nervous system. It's the color of the sky, of depth, of distance, of breath. It recedes instead of advancing. Red comes towards you. Yellow insists. But blue opens space. And in that space, something quiet happens. Your mind stops chasing the meaning and starts drifting. Your body breathes differently. Your thoughts loosen their grip. There is no correct response to blue. And that absence of correctness is rare. Think about how often we ask, what is this about? We ask it in books, we ask it in movies, we ask it in other people's lives. But a blue painting refuses the question. It doesn't mean nothing. It means everything is allowed. You can feel sadness without a reason, peace without justification, longing without a backstory. And that's not emptiness, that's permission. Stories are built on sequence. Blue exists outside of sequence. A film unfolds in time. A blue painting exists all at once. There is no before, there is no after, only presence. And presence, that's where freedom lives. Artists like Yves Klein understood this deeply. He wasn't painting objects, he was painting states of being. That color, blue, wasn't a color, it was an environment. A place the viewer could enter without instructions. Klein once spoke about immateriality, about art as an experience rather than a thing. And that's the quiet power of monochrome work. It doesn't occupy you, it receives you. When you engage with the story, part of your freedom is exchanged for coherence. You agree to the rules, you agree to the arc. But when you stand in front of pure color, you don't agree to anything. You're not following, you're not interpreting, you are not arriving, you are simply being. And for many people, that is terrifying because freedom without structure can feel like falling. But for others, especially souls who are tired of being explained, categorized, or resolved, it feels like floating, like finally being allowed to exist without proving why. A blue painting doesn't need you to be smart. It doesn't need you to be educated. It doesn't reward analysis more than sensitivity. It meets everyone equally. Your grief can sit beside someone else's joy. Your memory can dissolve into someone else's stillness. No hierarchy, no authority, just perception. And maybe that's why a blue painting can feel more liberating than a story, because stories say, here is meaning, but blue says, you are meaning. So the next time you stand in front of a painting that seems to be nothing, try not to ask what it's saying. Instead, ask, what am I feeling now that no one is telling me what to feel? That answer, whatever it is yours. And that is freedom. This has been Art and Soul. Thank you for bringing yourself into the blue with me.